Good afternoon, class. I thought I would put together a brief video on your FSA assignment, the financial statement analysis. I have chosen the companies. They will be Kellogg's and General Mills, two companies you're very familiar with. You consume their products, I bet, almost every day via their cereals, their snack foods, their beverages. They're companies in the same business. The size of the two companies is fairly close, and it makes for a good comparison. So I'm just going to take you through how to put the schedule together for the FSA. So give me a moment here to see if I can share something with you, okay? Here are the instructions, very brief instructions that I sent over. It looks like I need to update this. We're going to be doing the years 2020, 2019, 18. That should have been, I suppose. Okay. So we'll fix that. And this is due, I believe, in about a week. So I'm going to add a week here. We'll say today's Wednesday. Today is the 21st. We'll say July 28 in the year of our Lord 2021. Okay. And so this just talks a little bit about what the elements are of the program, of the assignment. You're going to have to do what are called the component percentages, which I'll explain in just a moment. The component percentages are simply percentages of sales. The time series analysis compares 2 years to each other and strikes a difference both as dollars as a percentage. And then we're going to have to do the AR turnover and the inventory turnover. And I'm making a suggestion here. Start the project by referring to pages 687, 667, 669 in your book. Again, I'm hopefully that's the correct page number. It's the section where we get into the metrics. It's the chapter that we're not teaching, other than through the FSAs. Okay, so I'll clean these instructions up a little bit in terms of the dates. But let's get going. Let's take a peek at the actual FSA itself. All right, and it's time for me to share. And there it is. Okay, here is your. Think of this as your cover page. This is your cover page. You'll have the company name, Kellogg's perhaps, or General Mills, doesn't matter which one you start with. And you want to lay it out in an Excel format just like this. Or if you just typing it into a Word document, good luck doing it that way. But we want to see it look exactly like this. We want to see the component percentages, okay? And these are the component percentages right here. Component percentages. Here are the time series analyses coming out here. So you have one, component percentages, two, the time series analysis, three, the accounts receivable turnover, and four, the inventory turnover and days on hand. All right, so this is the project. Now, once you've put these numbers together, then your real work begins, where you need to write up about 3 pages on the differences between the two companies. Which company seems to be doing better in certain areas? Is the operating percentage for one company considerably smaller or bigger than another? Point those kinds of things out. But most importantly, go into the annual report and read through it. Read through some of the notes to the financial statements. Read through the notes for these 5 items up here: the sales and the cost of goods sold, the gross profit, the operating expenses, net profit, etc. And having done that, you'll be able to glean some reasons why. You might find out, for example, that one of these two companies engaged in a huge improvement program in terms of collecting cash, and it made a difference. That type of thing. So let me just take you through the arithmetic here, and then I'll let you go, and we'll get into our regular class in about a half hour. Okay. Your component percentages are as follows. you are going to be getting this information. These numbers, I just made them up. You are going to get this information here. The net sales dollars for these 3 years, you will get them from the annual report. And let me show you what the annual report looks like, okay? Hold on 1 second here. Oops, looks like I have to call up the annual report. Sorry for the delay here. Just Google Kellogg's annual report. And right at top, you should see annual reports for Kellogg's. And here it is. So let me see if I can share it with you. Come on. This thing is not responding. Share. Okay, hopefully you're looking at Kellogg's annual report. We need information for 3 years. So we're going to start with 2020. And here is their 10K, their annual report. And there's a lot of information in here. Oh my goodness, look at all this stuff. But what we're looking for is the financial statements. So let me see if I can find them fairly quickly. Kellogg's, I think, was like on page 21, I believe. One is on page 20 something, the other one's on page 50. So I'm going through Kellogg's here, scrolling down quickly. I wish I could wildcard this. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that or not. In other words, I just put in financial statements. Here we go. How about that? Selected financial data for the company. Here we go. You can pull it from here. And this is page 27 in Kellogg's. So you can get most of the information from here. So let's take a peek at it. Your net sales are right here for all 3 years. We're doing 2019 and 18. So there are your net sales. They're giving you the gross profit as a percentage. So 13,770 times 0.343 is your gross profit. The difference between the two of them would be your cost of goods sold. And then you can skip right down to the operating profit. That's your bottom line that we're looking for here. Operating profit, not net profit. And I need to clean up that sheet one more time. We're looking for operating profit. We don't go any lower than that. The difference between the gross profit and the operating profit would be your operating expenses. So you can get them from there on page 27, although it might be easier, not that that was terribly difficult. Let me see if I can find the financial statements. Wow, look at all this information, man, oh man. Hard to believe people look at this word by word, they devour it. They try to glean some information nobody else has. So give me a moment here. We'll zip away. We're zipping the modern way. Here we go, statement of income. This is a better presentation. So you can get it from page 27 or you can get it from page 55. I recommend getting it from page 55 because then you don't have to do any arithmetic. But here it is. Net sales, cost of goods sold, selling admin expense, in other words, operating expenses, operating profit. So that's where you get the numbers from Kellogg's. Do the same thing. Google up General Mills annual report and look for the comparable data there, okay? So I've shown you where to get the information, all right? Let's go back to our spreadsheet. So once you have that information, you post it into your spreadsheet. These percentages here you see in row C, all these are the component percentages of sales. 2580 divided by 12,450 should equal 20.7, 2580. If I've done this correctly, divided by 12450 equals 20.7. I put it in the wrong cell, but you get the idea. Okay. So your component percentages are simply that, a percentage of sales. And just like these dollars have to add down, 12,450 minus 2580 equals 9870 gross profit. Operating expenses, I'm going to change this to operating profit. That's what it should be, operating profit, 4315. So those are the component percentages. That's part one. Part two is the time series. Here, we're taking the newest year, subtracting the next newest year, and putting a difference in. So this is just 12,450 minus $15,000 equals 2,550. And then we do the same thing for 18 versus 17. Or in our case, let me clean it up once more. This should be 2020, 2020. What? Year 2020. And this would be year 20. YEAR 2019. And you get the idea. This would be year YEAR 2018. Year 20 minus year 19 equals this. Year 19, 15,000 minus 15, 13,581 equals these numbers. The percentage, I'm going to give you a simple formula for the percentage. You can do it different ways. We want to know the percentage difference between this number and this number. And the formula is as follows. Parentheses, beginning, let me start again. Parentheses, first, let me say this correctly. Maybe I'll just lay it out in a second. You want to take the first year, the newest year, divided by the next youngest year, divide that out minus 1. It should look something like this. Whoa. Come on now. We want to go 12450 divided by 15000, close the parentheses, minus 1. And that will give you your answer. As long as I put the plus sign. Ooh. Why is this thing making me look like an idiot here? Plus 12450 divided by 15000, click, minus 1. And there is your answer, 17%. 17%. And which is what you see right here. So that's the formula right there. Year 1 divided by year 2 minus 1 will give you these. The other way to do it is just take the 2550 and divide it by 12,450, and you should get the same thing. Plus 2550 divided by 12,450 should get the same thing, and you get 20 point something. That did not work for whatever reason. 2550. Yep, follow my formula, the Bob formula. That's the only way to go, okay? So we're showing you how to do the time series analysis. Now we come to something you should already know how to do. In fact, today's class is going to be a test review. Give me the inventory turnover and the cost of goods sold turnover down here, and give me the AR turnover using the credit sales only, credit sales. And I think for both companies, they're all credit sales. These companies are all credit sales. Credit sales divided by the average AR gives you turns. Divide the turns into the year, which is 365, and that'll give you the days to collect. So look for differences in all these metrics. Which company is doing better collecting cash? Find out why they're doing better. Which company has a better percentage gross profit? Try to find out why from reading the financial statements. So anyway, I didn't want to make this talk too terribly long, and we'll go over it again in class. But this is just to get you going, okay? So hopefully this was helpful just to get you started, and off we go.